2012, come on, that's the subject of tonight's presentation. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at all the information which is currently available about 2012. We're going to zero in on some really key points and we're going to be very practical about it. The title of this workshop is called 2012, come on! Because this is Accrington. We've got people from Accrington tonight, people from Yorkshire, people from Blackpool area. It's really great, so many people are here. Manchester. And Manchester, come on, let's have them all out, exactly. So this is a really special time because we're not far away anymore. My first experience of 2012, I'll tell you what it was. One of the things I do, I run camps for people. We create a little tented conference centre and people come and they have workshops in these camps. And one night, I had a busy night, done some astrology, some tarot readings, sitting in my dome late at night, as you do, and it suddenly occurred to me that there was something, and I thought, what's that? And then I was just given, and you'll come across this when you read stuff on the internet, I got a small download, and the download was, 2012, something significant is going to happen, everyone's going to have an opportunity, and it's what is called a point of bifurcation. I'll explain what a point of bifurcation is in a moment, because the situation is, there's two roads before us, and one road is the same old you-know-what, and the other road is something utterly remarkable, and every single human being has got the possibility to make a choice about what they want. Do you want more of the same, or do you want all your dreams to come true? Because this is what it represents to us. 2012 is an amazing opportunity, and it's all down to each person to make their choice. So let me explain what I mean about the choice. Every moment of your day, you've got the opportunity to go in one of two directions. Now, I'm going to illustrate what I mean, and I'm going to start making reference to something I call the rational mind. Known by lots of names, rational mind, ego. It's got all sorts of names, this one, also called the rubbisher in some circles, and it's that part of us that when we start getting some new information, it just wants to switch on. Well, what the hell's he doing standing there giving his chat? What's his qualifications? What's he doing? What's all this about? What's that funny lump on the guy's neck? What's it all about? What am I doing in this place? You get into rational mind. Well, I don't know about this. I don't think it's much weird. Yeah, come on, what's he talking about? It's just, you know what I'm saying? We've all got this, and it criticises, it judges, it comes up with little opinions, and what it loves to do is to derail us and sidetrack us from the main picture. And the main picture is this incredible opportunity we're all facing right now. Because 2012 is around the corner, and I want to address this point. There's a date which is the 28th of October 2011. Well, how near is that? That's incredibly near, and that's an extremely pivotal point. And I want to take the conversation to the big picture. Let's not just think about you and me and your friends. Let's not just think about the Earth. Let's go all the way out to the solar system. David Wilcox, look him up on the internet for yourself. NASA cameras. 30 years of photography with NASA cameras and also radio telescopes, and what have they discovered? There's something really big is going on. If you look at the entire solar system, all the planets are doing one of two things. Either they're lighting up and getting a lot brighter than they've ever been since telescopes have been invented, or if they're measuring, say, Mercury's radiation with a radio telescope, off the scale, magnetism completely off the scale. Mad! Just like the dogs out there. This is a perfect illustration of what we're dealing with, because the solar system, it's hotting up. The energy of our solar system we inhabit is getting faster and faster and faster. More and more light, more and more radio waves. Well, how come? I'll tell you how come. It's because the orientation of our planet and our solar system to the core of the Milky Way galaxy has been changing for a very, very long time. And it's got to a pivotal point when suddenly we're getting exposed to more radiation from the galactic core than for very, very, very long indeed. And what we've actually got is we've got the culmination of a whole series of cycles. The shortest cycle I want to refer to is one that's taken 13 years, called the galactic cycle. The longest is measured in hundreds of millions of years, and all these cycles are coming to a head round about now. A fair question to ask at this point was, well, how do we know? Where does it come from? This is the thing, I got my spontaneous download. There was minding my own business, in my little dome, 2012, point of bifurcation, choice. So, because there wasn't internet around in those days, not for the likes of me, this is 1992. Didn't do anything about it, didn't research it, didn't Google it, didn't have any access to. So over the years I came across other people talking, I came across books, more books, and the one I want to draw your attention to tonight, 2012, A Clarion Call, Your Soul's Purposing Conscious Evolution. And it's written by a woman called Nicolia Christie. But this book takes me further than I've ever been before, and it puts it right into what I call brass tacks language, and I like that, because there's lots of stuff out there on the internet which is very la-di-da and highfalutin. It's brass tacks. So I'm going to give it to you straight about brass tacks language, 2012. We've all got control over one thing. A lot of us don't realise that we actually have got control over this. We've got control over ourselves, and about what we choose to eat, what we choose to think, what we choose to feel, what we choose to do. We actually have got control. And at any one moment in your life you can have something happen to you, and it can either be, oh my goodness, that's the end of the world, or hey, here's an opportunity. I'll share a bit about myself. Got dumped recently, and it was very tempting for me to go into what I'm going to call the black vortex. And the black vortex is, I'm a piece of shit, I'm no good, what's the point of everything, let's just all give up. That's where I went. But because I'm so aware of all this, I've been researching it, looking into it for so long, I caught myself doing it, and this is the key. If ever you find yourself going down a black vortex into, oh my god, life is shit, the first thing you've got to do is to wake up to the fact that that's happening. As soon as you realise that, you've got control. If you're an autopilot, you've not got a hope, have you? Now, the whole point that is so exciting about now compared with 50 years ago, the rate and vibration of everything is changing. The earth has a sound. It makes a humming sound, and it used to be a deep, throaty until recently when it started to change. It's been changing ever since. And the pitch of the earth's vibration is raising and raising and raising, which is why people are interested in stuff like this now, and they didn't give a monkeys a while ago, because we're more open, because we're being affected, whether we wish to or not, by the galactic core. It's opening us all up, it's awakening us all up to possibility. So here you are, partner dumped you, you can either go down the black vortex or let it go. So I thought, come on, let it go. She's gone, what can you do? Let it go. And then I thought, okay, well, let's learn something from this. What's it been like, this relationship? What is it that I don't want? What is it that I do want? One of the things I want to really bring home to you tonight is the power of love, and that's where we're headed. We're headed to the power of love, and one of the best things you can do is to choose experiences which you enjoy. This is pretty much your God-given job right now, is that any way you can look at your life, think about what you like, think about what you enjoy, and do more of it. Because guess what? If you do more of what you enjoy, you're nicer to be around. You're not a miserable git anymore, are you? And when you stop being a miserable git because you're enjoying what you're doing, guess what? People like you more. And if people like you more, the whole quality of love starts to increase. This is what 2012 is all about, is each person waking up to what they don't like and what they do like. Now, if you're one of these people that's so sorted you never feel down, well, all I can say is good luck to you, because you're on the right tip. That's actually where we want to be moving. We want to be moving towards a place where we're actually opening our hearts more to love. So let's go into a little bit of detail. This book refers to the shadow side of life, the shit, the nasty stuff, the horrible stuff. And so I'm going to devote a little bit of time to that now. The human race historically has been addicted to suffering in all forms. And if you just want to check me out on that, watch any episode of EastEnders of Coronation Street, or watch pretty much any film that comes out, because of the story. People stuck in suffering, right? So if we're all stuck in suffering as a human race, this is our situation we got into. It became addictive. So when people talk about being addicted to tobacco, addicted to heroin, addicted to coffee, none of those matter a fraction as much as the fundamental human addiction, which is to suffering. And it's because that's the mindset that we've been given through birth and through early childhood, through experiences, through difficulties. And once you tune into suffering, it's so easy to stay there. So our mission in terms of 2012 is to start to find any fragments of our day, whether they be lasting for seconds or minutes or the whole day, whatever amount, and appreciate that little bit that you liked, and to move towards it more. Yes, you've got to pay your mortgage if you've got one. Yes, you've got to pay your rent if you've got it. Sure, I agree. However, in the time that you've got that is yours, what I invite you to do is to appreciate the things that you enjoy and create this intention for yourself. Now, this is pure shamanism. Shamanism works on the power of the word and the power of intention. Now I'll misuse the power of the word, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm deliberately, consciously going to misuse the power of the word. Listen to what I'm going to say. I'm a piece of Right, okay, that's misusing the power of the word. I've just taken myself down. Okay, I'll do the opposite. I'm shit hot. That's going to lift myself up. The very first thing you want to do is to start to talk to yourself and tell yourself how bloody marvellous you are. And I'll tell you why you're bloody marvellous. Because you got born, you survived getting born, didn't you? You did. Anyone who's an adult who survived their childhood by whatever hook or crook it took, but you're still here. You didn't give up. You're not in your box. You're here. So these are things to appreciate yourself for. And then the next thing you want to appreciate yourself for is if there's one single human being on this planet that likes you, you've got to have done something right. You really have got to have done something right. Because you're appreciated. And you want to take that appreciation from other people, and you want to appreciate yourself first. Last and foremost, yourself. And then let it spread out to other people. Hang around people that you like. I'm going to deal with another controversial issue now. What's happening is that people are losing friendships. Friendships are breaking apart, and there's a reason for it. Bearing in mind that we've all got the choice to choose every moment, whether we're going into heaven or spiralling down to our little self-made hell, what you choose to do affects other people. So as soon as your vibration starts to rise, you will find that it'll be more attracted to the people who are up to the level you're rising up to. The miserable gits of this world, you're not going to want to hang around too long because you're going to feel them, and what they're going to be doing, and they won't mean to, they're going to be trying to suck you down and pull you down. Okay, let's spit it out. Words of one syllable. These are the things, if you want to be part of what's to come and have the most amazing life, that you need to give up. These are the addictions, right? Addictions to suffering, addictions to gossip. I'll say it again, gossiping about other people behind their back. It's a terrible addiction. Most of us do it. I've done loads of it in my life. If it was pointed out to me, it's right, bloody gossip. You used to judge people, criticise them behind their backs. This is no angel standing up here. This is someone who's been a real shit. Let's be completely blunt about that. I've given my wife a hard time. I accept that. I have. I've judged her, said nasty things about her. I've shouted at her. I have. So I'm no bloody angel. It's all about getting rid of the gossip, getting rid of the judgment. And here's the thing. What I would personally invite everyone to do is to find someone they like and spend time with them. And if the person attracts you, if they really attract you, and you really attract them, and you like each other, and you get together, and a space of love opens up in you, whether it's a friendship or a full-blown relationship, this is the most helpful thing you can do, not just for yourself and for your partner or your friend, but for the whole world. Because what's happening, and it's almost like it or not, what's happening is that although we've been born and we've grown up as individuals, that individualism is starting to break down because we're going to all become one. And it was prophesied long ago. We're all connecting up. This is actually what's happening, is we're on the process of connecting up. When the really amazing changes happen, the most natural thing in the world is to resist them. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to go there. I want to say the same. I don't want to change. It's really normal. It's really normal. Now, the wonderful thing about resistance is what's called the rubber band effect. So the more you say, I don't want to do that, I don't want to listen to that, I'm not interested in that. Here's the caricature. When you've seen kids do this, I've done this as an adult. When someone's saying something I don't want to hear, this is what I do. Na 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 na. I really don't want to hear what they're saying. We've all been there. That's resistance. Now here's the important thing about resistance. It's called the rubber band effect. The more you resist, the more you pull the rubber band back. And eventually, the rubber band is so taut, there's only one thing that can happen. It goes whoosh. The more you pull the rubber band back, the more you fly off into the direction you want to go. So the funny thing is, the more you face up to the resistances and the dark side and the gossip and the tale teller and the judge and the cruel person and whatever else it might happen to be that has been part of your experience of life, the more that you go into resistance, the more you're ready for that launch. And when you launch, you're going to launch into love, and it's about loving everyone you possibly can.